What's up, guys? We're back again with another video, and you guys know it's been a while since I've uploaded. We have a lot of new subscribers now. I think we're close to 800, so that's really good. I want to try to get back monetized as fast as possible, so that way I can start getting a little bit of income to help support the channel and the build. Maybe get a new camera, more stuff for the car so I can make more videos for you guys. But anyway, you guys know I play football. So it kind of shuts me off from doing videos in the fall. That's why it's been a while since I've done uploads. But I actually filmed some videos from my fall break, so those will be probably the next couple of videos. It's actually my Christmas break now. So we're going to go ahead and do this install, and then the next couple of videos will probably be videos that I've actually filmed a couple months ago on the headlight build that we have here. The retrofit source actually helped me out with this. As you guys can see, I got the honeycomb etched lens, and then we have the profile prism halos. They're LED and they're RGB, but you can't see the individual lights, so that's why I got them. They're really cool. And these are actually my stock housing, so I'll show you the whole build on those coming up probably in the next couple of videos. But for today's video, we're actually going to go ahead and install a strut bar. So I actually found this strut bar here in town. It was on a Rec TC. It's actually a Hotchkis strut bar. I done a little research online. I really didn't find that much about the Hotchkis strut bars. You see the DC Sports strut bar and all those, but I really didn't see anything about it, so I don't know if it's rare or not. If you guys know about it, just put it in the comments down below. Let me know a little bit about it. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to install that on the car now, and I'm going to go through it step by step so you guys know how to do it yourself. So let's go ahead and we'll get into the video. Alright guys, so first things first, we're going to go ahead and pop the hood, get it up, and then we're going to go ahead and start taking the windshield wipers off, because you're actually going to have to loosen up your cowl right here to be able to get to your strut bolts, which are in this area. So let's go ahead and let's pop the hood now. Alright guys, so now that we have the hood open, you can kind of see. Now this is one of the bolts that we'll actually be using to put on the strut bar. And then the other one is back here behind this cowl. So that's why we're going to have to pull it off. So we've actually got some of the plastic push pins right here and right here. And then we'll also have to take off the windshield wipers. So, and then you have the same over here. Now I'm actually going to go ahead and check the torque specs of these by using my torque wrench, setting it on the lowest setting, and then going up until it clicks so we know what torque these are at, because I'm not 100% sure where they're at. So let me go ahead and do that, and then I'll actually go ahead and start taking the cowl off. Alright guys, so we got the torque wrench here, and it's going to be a 9/16, and we're just going to start at 10, and then we're just going to work our way up from there. So let's go ahead and we'll see where it's at.
Here, let's go back.
Alright guys, so as you can see, I went through the process of checking the torque, and it actually wasn't even at 10 foot-pounds of torque, so I'm not sure. The one thing I actually did not do on my car, because I did it really early before I even really got into cars, was my lowering springs. I ordered new struts and then had, the springs put on them and stuff at the Toyota dealership. So I actually did not do these the last time, so that's why I'm not sure, if they just need to be snug or if there's an actual torque spec for them. So you guys might be calling me stupid, crazy, whatever, but it's part of the learning process, and I really don't know. They were below 10 foot-pounds of torque, so that might be right or wrong. The technician there might have, not torqued them down or whatever, and I could have been driving an unsafe car. We really don't know. But I'm actually going to go inside and do some research, and if I actually figure out, a logical foot-pounds of torque or whatever, I'm going to drop it down right here, right now. And you guys will know for future. But if I don't find anything, I won't put it there. And you guys will know just to put it back to snug, whatever you felt the tightness was when you went to take them off. But anyway, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to take apart the cowl. Alright guys, so you're just going to go ahead and grab a flathead screwdriver, kind of small like this one. You can actually just push in right on the center of these tabs, and then they'll come right out. So just like that. And then we'll do the same to this side. Just push down. Like that. And then this one's kind of harder to grab by hand, so you can just pull it up with the screwdriver. And then you're actually going to have one more clip right here. So this actually holds this gasket down. So if you pull back this way and then slide forward, it'll unclip it. And then you can just take and pull this out by hand almost. Just like that. So you'll have those three on this side, and see how it's already pretty loose. And then you're going to do the same thing on the passenger side over here. And then you're going to go ahead and then we'll take these off, and I'll show you guys that step too. So as you guys can see right here, we actually have a new addition to the car. I actually had this hydro dipped in orange and black carbon fiber. So looks pretty good. And then I actually have an air diversion panel to go here. And I'm going to be repainting this stuff back black, because this orange don't look good with that, obviously. And then we'll either get rid of this and go with an aftermarket header, or if we become turboed, we'll have a manifold here. So that's all in the works too, coming up. But as you guys can see, we'll just probably go ahead and paint that back black soon, so it'll kind of match this, and then the air diversion panel that I have that's done also in that orange and black carbon fiber. But you guys will see that video coming up soon too. That's one of the ones I filmed over the fall break. A cool guy in town, he actually helped me out with that. So you guys will see all that video coming up soon about everything, and it'll have his information. So if you guys want to do something like that, you can too. So anyway, so let's go ahead and we'll get the pins off of that side, do the windshield wipers, and then I'm going to have to take an extra step and take off my light bar that's right here. Alright guys, so now we got to go ahead and get these caps off so we can see the bolts. So I'm just going to take my plastic pry tool, go underneath the edge, and just pop it up like that. And then do the same thing to this one. Pop it up. Make sure you don't lose it down there, because you'll probably never find it again. So anyway, so now let's go ahead and we'll figure out what size these bolts are. Take off the windshield wipers. Okay guys, so this is going to be a 14 millimeter. There's one. And there's two. Alright, so now that we have the bolts off, you just want to grab them and see how it kind of flexed up. That like unlocks it. So do the same thing over here. Okay, and once it does that, then you're going to shut down your hood and then actually open them up, and they should come off pretty easy. You're just going to open it up, and then as you guys can see, it unlocked. So there's that. I'm going to go ahead and do the other one. So now I'm going to go ahead and open it up, and as you guys can see, it kind of just loosened itself up, and then pull it off. And then when you put them back on, obviously you're going to have to open them back up like this and then put them down. And then once you tighten them back down, it'll seat it back into the actual windshield wiper motors. But I'll go through all that after we put them back on, because you want to make sure they're not like laying into the cowl and stuff. You want to put them back on the same gears. Okay guys, so I'm actually going to go ahead and take off my light bar. Most of you guys won't have to do this. I just have them mounted in right here. So I'm going to unscrew that and take and lay the light bar over here somewhere. And then once I do that, we'll go ahead, and I believe the cowl actually like slides forward, because there's like clips that clip it to the windshield. Slide it forward and then pull it up. I may or may not take the whole thing off, or I may just pull up right here while I'm untightening the bolts and stuff. So we'll see. I might look and see how dirty it is in there and just take this as an opportunity to clean everything off back there. Alright guys, so if you pull this stripping back a little bit more, you'll actually see that there's a pin right here that holds it in. It's just built into the cowl. So if you just grab, just kind of pull up, it'll pop it loose. And then I believe there's another one in the center right here, like that. And then once you guys get that off, then it all just slides out like that. So now we have perfect access to this, and you can kind of clean up, you know, around that motor and stuff if you want to. As you guys can see, there's like some sticks and stuff down here in mine. And it's all dusty and dirty because, you know, you never take off your cowl. And then this is also a good opportunity. I actually just used some back to black mothers on here. And so this would be a good opportunity that you guys could clean it off really good. So I might actually do that as well with some back to black, or, you know, any type of plastic rejuvenator or whatever. Alright guys, so now we'll go ahead and we'll take this bolt off and this bolt off. And it's also a 14 millimeter, so the same as the windshield wipers, or like I said earlier, a 9/16 I think will work too for it. Let me look. Yeah. So a 9/16 will also work. But anyway, as you guys can see, I kind of cleaned it up a little bit. Got the bottom of the window clean where the cowl slides over. It still looks kind of dirty, but, you know, it's a little bit better than what it was. And, you know, I try to leave stuff better than how I took it apart. So anyway, let's go ahead and we'll take those two off on the other side, and then we'll put it down, tighten them up, and it'll be installed. Alright, so you guys will have to actually get a wrench for the back one because the socket won't work. So you can kind of force it in, kind of lift this up with your finger. Like that. Kind of pop it back out. It's a really tight fit. And then undo the rest of it with your finger. Okay guys, so it actually hit this piece of metal when I was unscrewing it up to the top. So I actually went ahead, and as you can see, there's two 10 millimeter bolts right here. And if you loosen those up, it actually lets this metal move up and down a little bit more. So that way you can kind of pull it up with your finger and then unscrew it the rest of the way and get it out. Now the other side, we're not going to have any problem because as you guys can see, it's wide open over here. So we'll go ahead and we'll unscrew both of those. Same as the other side, and then we'll put the bar in. Alright guys, so the strut bar was kind of being a pain in the butt to put in, so I was trying to like test fit it and see exactly how I wanted to fit it, because I wasn't sure if it would go over the lines for the windshield wiper motors, but it actually did. But where it was being a pain in the butt, I'm actually not going to take it back off after I just test fitted it. But anyway, so what I went ahead and did is I kind of fed it into this side and lined it up with these two first. It's going to want to kind of hit right in here, so just be careful that you don't scratch it up really bad. So what I used is I actually had this plastic pry tool right here, and I kind of put it right in between so it wouldn't, so this sharp metal right here wouldn't scratch up the finish of this. But once you get it lined up into this hole back here, which is the harder one, then you just kind of got to move it around up here to where it'll line up to this side. Over there, it was really easy. They just fell into the hole. The one that was kind of being a pain in the butt was this one right here. You kind of got to take and hit it to where it'll bounce into the slot. But it's a really good tight fit, which is what you want. You don't want it to be like sloppy. So I'm really excited to see, you know, like what this is actually going to do for my car. Like for the suspension and stuff, see if it actually tightens it up any or not. But I guess we'll find out soon enough. But anyway, here you guys go. You can see It's a Hotchkis tuning. And again, guys, if you know anything about these, like if it's rare, if they only made them for a short period of time, or like whatever, just let me know in the comments, because I really don't know. I try to look them up, and I seen like one or two like on images on Google, but other than that, I couldn't even tell like where they sold them or anything before. So anyway, that's kind of what it'll look like. Once we get this painted black, that'll look a little bit better. And also, let me know what you guys think about this finish, if I should keep it this original finish or have somebody paint it like gloss black, like how this is, and just kind of mark off right here where the logo is and keep it that silver, and then just make this all like a gloss black to where it'll match the short ram intake and everything else. Let me know what you guys think. So I might go ahead and take it off and do that at some point in time, make it gloss black to where it matches everything in here a little bit better. So anyway, now we're going to go ahead and put the bolts back on here. Alright, so I ended up finding the torque specs, and it's 38 pounds. Alright, so that one's good. We've already done the ones on this side, so just go ahead and go around and check all of them, make sure they're where they need to be. Alright guys, so now that you have these all torqued down, we're going to go ahead and tighten up these two bolts back here. We loosened up. You can do it or not do it. It just kind of helps you get the wrench into here. Alright guys, so again, I was going to go ahead and tell you that you want to put this one on first, because this one actually has to snap in to that one. So we're going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to slide these pegs in, and then clip in the two front ones. Alright guys, so as you can see, my cowl wouldn't clip in all the way flat, and the reasoning is the wiring harness right here that comes up to my windshield wipers. I actually ran it underneath this front strut bar, and it's actually hitting this wiring harness. Needs to run right through here, because that's how the cutout is, as you can see right there. So it's actually hitting right on this edge, and it's not letting it sit down flat. So I'm actually going to go ahead and loosen this up off camera again, run this wire up through here, and I'm guessing that's probably why they made that indentation for in this strut bar, and then run it straight through, and then I'll clip it down. So I'm going to do all that off camera, and then I'll be back. Alright guys, so now we have the wiring harness for the windshield wiper motors ran over top of the strut bar. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to put on this cowl, make sure it fits right. One thing is, before you pop these in, make sure you get these little clips and put them back in the rubber gasket, so that way you can just push down instead of having to worry about stretching it over each of them. Once you do that, then just lay your gasket back across, and just run across and pop all your connectors back in. Okay. And then, yep. Alright. Alright, so now where we pushed them down to release them, we're actually going to push them up like this. You can actually pull the pin out if you want to. So then just line it up with the bottom hole, and then put the pin back in. And then just lock it into place. So now leave the windshield wiper open like this, and then it should just slide down nice and easy. So we're just going to set them right here for now, and then I'm going to open back up the hood and we're going to push them down into place. So let's grab the other one. Do the same thing with it. Open it up and see how it just slides right on. and then set it down into place. And as you can see, it's kind of like bent up this way, and that's because it's in the unlocked position. All right, so here's what we went ahead and did. I actually did this off camera. So once you open back up your hood, you can lay them down to their position, and then it's actually going to kind of still be bent up. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your bolt on, make sure it's lining up. You can kind of see your dust marks from where they normally lay at if you didn't clean your windshield off. And then you're just going to go ahead and tighten them down, and then they should go flush, or not flush, but tight against the window. So that's what we did for both of them. So then after you tighten those down, you can go ahead and you can put your plastic pieces back on like that and like that. Alright guys, so we're done with the install now, and you can kind of see there's what the finished product looked like. So I really hope that install helped you guys if you're going to install a front strut bar. Obviously you don't have to have a Hotchkis one. They're all going to pretty much be installed the exact same way. All the ones I've seen only use the 2 bolts. I think there's one that actually uses all 3. But other than that, pretty simple install. I mean, you just got to, when you're putting the cowl and stuff back on, just make sure everything lines up good. You know, you don't want no big crack coming down the middle of the cowl. And you want to make sure, you know, this gasket's put back together good. But other than that, guys, everything went really good. The next video, I'm actually going to go ahead and we're going to fix this. We're actually going to take out this light tube because that's the old style from ledglow.com. And you guys know I'm actually sponsored by them, so I actually have some stuff upstairs to add more. My lights actually didn't go all the way across the side skirt, so I bought some extension pieces. So it'll be the full side now. There was kind of a dark gap in between. So we're going to install those. And then I have one in my bottom grill already, but I'm going to go ahead and put a new one in the top grill. And then I'm going to mount a new one underneath this sway, or the front strut bar. But anyway, guys, that'll be the next video. So make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can watch that. And like this video if it helped you out. And if you have any comments, comment down below. I'll get back to you as quick as I can if you have any questions. I'm here to help you guys out because I know when I'm doing stuff to my car, I always try to look up a video to help me out. So anyway, guys, I'll see y'all next time, and peace out.